Okay, here is my video on the Saturn-Pluto transit. Now, this transit is already in effect. It actually becomes exact today. Now, you can already see the most obvious manifestation of this transit with the whole conflict that's going on between the United States and Iran. So, I'm going to read a little article, just some of this article dealing with the situation that's going on with Trump. So this is from the NewYorker.com. It's titled "The Real Backstory of Why Trump Ordered the Killing of Soleimani is Becoming More Clear." So it says the Trump-Iran story continues developing in alarming ways. On Thursday, reports that Western governments believe Iranian military forces mistakenly shot down a Ukrainian passenger jet, killing 176 passengers and crew members, produced a predictably divided reaction. Innocent civilians are now dead because they were caught in the middle of an unnecessary and unwanted military tit for tat. One thing I'll mention is I do know that it's pretty quite common that if a war breaks out during an election year, there's a high chance that the president that's already in office, which would be Trump, is going to stay in office for the next 4 years. So this could be part of Trump's strategy to stay in office. Now, let me just skip past some of this. More disturbing details are emerging by the day. The picture we are getting is of the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, and Vice President Mike Pence, both egging on the impetuous president to launch the January 2nd drone attack that killed the Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani at Baghdad International Airport. None of Trump's other senior political or military advisors, meanwhile, appear to have urged restraint, despite the near certainty that the move would inflame the entire Middle East and provoke reprisals. Any deliberative policy-making process appears to have been replaced by a combination of belligerence, toadyism, and saluting the commander-in-chief. In the aftermath of Soleimani's death, members of the Trump administration claimed that Soleimani, who held great sway over Iran's regular and irregular forces, was plotting an imminent attack that could have killed hundreds of American service members. Pompeo said, "We had deep intelligence indicating that there was an active plot to put American lives at risk." Trump told reporters at the White House on Thursday, "We did it because they are looking to blow up our embassy." Now, this article goes on to say that they found that the evidence was very thin, razor thin, they said, pertaining to whether Iran was going to launch an attack on the U.S. embassy. So again, this could be a ploy on Trump's part to stay in office. Maybe he's trying to create a war. Now, as I was saying before, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction is exact today, and it will be within close range. Saturn and Pluto will be in close range with each other until January 23rd, and then Saturn's going to continue to move beyond Pluto. On January 13th, which is tomorrow, the Sun will join Saturn and Pluto, and they will all be at the 22nd degree. Now, that 22nd degree is rather problematic. The keywords are submission and caution, and it basically provides two options: control or be controlled. It can promote rebellion, uprising. It can manifest as sudden death, unexpected changes, and freak accidents. So the key word or key phrase that I have for this Saturn-Pluto conjunction is control intensify. Also, there could be a struggle for power or control, as we're seeing with Iran. Government corruption is brought even more out into the open. Trump is dragged even further. Also, this could deal with the aftermath of the impeachment ruling, but I don't even think they've come to a ruling yet. I think Nancy Pelosi still plans on submitting some documents pertaining to the impeachment. So we'll see how that goes. Also, there could be a threat to national security. There could be an assassination or an assassination attempt of a government official, which has already happened with this Soleimani. The overthrow of a government or a political coup could happen. Corporate takeovers could take place. There could be an issue with the IRS this year in terms of accepting returns or processing them on time. And some of y'all might be getting audited. Security breach involving corporation and personal data. So that could occur. There could be a major earthquake, and I think some country already had an earthquake. Y'all let me know if that's true. I really don't follow world news anymore because it's so depressing, and I don't have any control over what goes on. And I think a lot of this stuff is fabricated anyway. Well, not fabricated, but pre-orchestrated, including this attack upon Iran. The toppling of a structure, a major death by cop incident, so that could occur over the next few days, could be a race baiting tactic to try to create an uprising. Here's what could happen on a personal level: tarnished reputation, a need for an exterminator or plumber. That's especially if this conjunction is transiting your fourth house, or it could be your eighth house. System failure, transformation in terms of status, career or job change, especially to something that is more meaningful or influential, being more influential or powerful on a professional level, a promotion, getting approved for a business loan, getting funding for a business. Also, if this conjunction is transiting your first house or sixth, there could be problems with your skin, a problem with your knee, bones, joints, teeth. Now, for those that have planets at or around the 22nd degree of signs like Libra, Cancer, Virgo, you're going to be impacted by this transit. And some of it will be positive, some of it will be negative. So for Libra, if you have a planet on or around the 22nd degree of Libra, so I'm going to say between the 21st and the 23rd degree of Libra, this conjunction is going to produce a square. So you could be encountering some relationship problems, also legal issue. For Aries, that's going to produce a square as well. You could be facing some type of restriction, limitation, a fear becomes realized, abuse. Also, you could be quitting, such as like quitting a job. Opposition Cancer, moving on or out. Family strife, unfinished business arises. Quincunx Leo, reality check, the consequences of taking a foolish risk. Quincunx Gemini, car trouble or a car accident, censorship, respiratory or sinus issues. Trine Taurus, a promotion, an upgrade, added security. Business is booming. Trine Virgo, successful completion of a project, apprenticeship, renewed health. Sextile Scorpio, successful collaboration, professional development, evolving in terms of career, inheritance, business loan, could be getting a big tax refund this year. Sextile Pisces, acquiring something rare or highly cherished, retirement, being insulated from external threats, the ideal job. All right. And here's some quotes that I have for each of the houses. So whatever house the Saturn Pluto conjunction is transiting, these quotes are for you. So for me, it would be the first house. So for the first house, the measure of someone's success can be determined by their ability to fall and rise again. So you might be running into some problems with your business if you're operating a business, but know that you're going to rise again. Also, there's a chance of you actually falling down and hurting yourself. So just be careful. Second house, we have an illusion of security. We don't have security. That's from this guy called Isaac Yefet. So with that, you want to just safeguard your finances. Make sure you've updated your passwords for like your online bank accounts, all that type of stuff. Third house, take the road less traveled. There's less traffic. So you could be getting pulled over by the police while driving. You could get into a car accident. You might need an expensive car repair. But also take the road less traveled. There's less traffic. You might want to really be more selective in terms of the people that you communicate with and convene with, or should I say commune with. Fourth house, the limited circle is pure. So you might be scaling down in terms of the people in your close circle, and that could even include family members. Fifth house, just because you have a past with someone doesn't mean you should have a future with them. So somebody from your past could be coming back into your life, an old flame, but that doesn't mean that you need to get with them. Sixth house, habits of pessimism lead to depression, wither achievement, and underlying physical health. The good news is that pessimism can be unlearned, and that which its removal, depression, underachievement, and poor health can be alleviated. So, this Saturn Pluto conjunction could get you rather down, could have you being extra neurotic. So just chill. Seventh house. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting, because that seventh house deals with open enemies. So somebody might be trying to test you around this time. That's from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Eighth house. When you show yourself to the world and display your talents, you naturally stir all kinds of resentment, envy, and other manifestations of insecurity. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others. So this conjunction is transiting your eighth house. You might get a promotion and you might be facing some haters as a result. So, let the haters hate on. Ninth house. I seldom feel trapped by my world. Setting up rules and restrictions is part of the process. It gives your world shape. I always look at these things like haiku. You have to work within certain parameters, but within them, you're completely free. So those that have this conjunction transiting their ninth house, you might be facing some restrictions. You might be dropping out of a college or university degree program, and you might need to be more disciplined. So that can mean less freedom for you. 10th house, judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. So let's say you get a promotion, but now you got to work 60, 70 hours a week. And now you've given up a large portion of your personal life. You may not be able to see your family as much. 11th house, true friends are not mirrors where we can always see ourselves reflected in a positive light. And that's very true. So you might have a friend give you a reality check. 12th house. Manipulation fueled with good intent can be a blessing, but when used wickedly, it is the beginning of a magician's karmic calamity. So you might be tempted to use some, backdoor methods, or, tempted to do something in a shady manner in order to get the upper hand in a situation. Don't do it, because that 12th house is the house of karma. So you could end up shooting yourself in the foot. So that's it for my video. I know it's short and sweet, but I wasn't all, in a panic over this conjunction taking place. So let me know, if you've already experienced the effects of this transit. And, as the week goes on, we'll see how things continue to manifest with this Saturn Pluto conjunction. If you would like a reading, you could go to my website at rabina.com. Peace, many blessings, and I'll be back with more videos.